The spirit of evil awoke in me that night, and was beyond all control. I hit that helpless old man, and rained blow after blow upon him, tasting delight in my own cruelty. It was not till I grew weary that I was suddenly struck through the heart by a cold thrill of terror. I saw that what I had done could cost me my life, and I ran to the house in Soho, with no pity inside me, but trembling for my own safety. I destroyed my papers, and then set out through the lamplit streets, still glorying in my crime, even planning others for the future, and yet still listening behind me for the steps that might mean I was discovered. Hyde had a song on his lips as he mixed the drug, but the pains that followed had not done tearing him before Henry Jekyll, weeping tears of pity, had fallen upon his knees and lifted his hands to God. In that hour I saw my life as a whole. I followed it up from the days of childhood, when I had walked with my father's hand, and through the years of my professional life, to arrive again and again at the unbelievable horrors of that night. I could have screamed aloud. I tried with tears and prayers to hold back the crowd of ugly images with which my mind was filled. And then a new thought came to me. The problem of my conduct was solved. From that moment on, Hyde was impossible. I had no choice but to live in the character of Henry Jekyll, and to be guided by the better part of my existence. To make quite sure that evil was put behind me, I locked the door in the side street by which I had so often gone and come, and broke the key under my heel. The next day came the news that the murder had been seen by a girl sitting at a window, that all London knew that Hyde was guilty, and that the victim was a man held high in the public regard. It was not only a crime, it had been an act of madness. I think I was glad to know it. I was glad to have my better nature guarded by the terrors of the gallows that waited for Edward Hyde. Jekyll was now my only shelter. Let Hyde peep out but for an instant, and the hands of all men would be raised to take and kill him. I resolved in my future conduct to do what I could to repair the evil of the past. I can say with honesty that my resolve produced some good. You know yourself how earnestly in the last months of this past year I worked to relieve suffering. You know that much was done for others, and that the days passed quietly, almost happily for myself. I can truly say that I did not weary of this good and innocent life. I think instead that I daily enjoyed it more completely, but I was still cursed by the lower side of me, so recently chained down, and as the time passed it began to demand its freedom. Not that I dreamed of giving life and form to Edward Hyde once more. The bare idea of that would fill me with horror. No, it was in my own person, as an ordinary secret sinner, that I at last gave way to temptation.